Hey guys, what's going on? It's KP. We're back with another episode of the KP Podcast. This is the podcast where you'll get to know some really heavy bands. Maybe you've heard about these bands before, maybe you haven't. Well, now you're going to get to know them. We're going to get to know a little bit about this band called Watch Them Burn. I got two members from that band. We got Anthony and Nick, the drummer and vocalist. How you guys doing today?
Hey, what's going on, Kevin? We're doing great, trying to stay positive with this corona going on.
Stay positive, stay healthy, all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Where are you guys at right now?
We are in a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, talking to you through a car.
Oh my! So listen, if you don't know who I am in love with Dunkin' Donuts. Here's a quick story for anyone. So I have a bachelor's degree in broadcasting, hence my voice, hence my podcast. Did 4 years of college for that, and the nearest Dunkin' around me is like an hour away. I was a resident assistant at my college, and anytime anyone had a slightly discouraging, bad, whatever day that wasn't anything better, I would always be like, come on, let's go to Dunkin'. And we'd drive an hour to go get Dunkin' 2 or 3 times a week.
Oh, hell yeah.
So my obsession with it's a little bit more than average, but this is not the Dunkin' Donuts podcast hour. This is the Watch Them Burn, get to know you guys a little bit. So who all is in Watch Them Burn, and where are you guys from?
All right. So right now, Watch Them Burn is currently me, who is Anthony speaking, the drummer, and Nick, who's with me now. We recently had a few members leave the band kind of in a growing stage. The band's relatively new right now. So, right now it's just us two. We've had some fill-ins for some shows, and we're kind of just growing right now and also looking for some serious full-time members. And just us two right now, and we're both from Staten Island, which is a borough in New York City.
And you guys are going through basically I don't want to say the worst of it, but the worst of it, of this COVID-19 stuff. So,
it's real bad over here. Like the hospitals, I mean, God bless like the first responders. Like the hospitals, I heard are absolutely insane here. Like a lot of deaths and stuff is terrible.
Well, I hope you guys are staying healthy and your families as well. Now, Anthony, weren't you in another band before? Won't people recognize you from somewhere?
Yeah, you might recognize the old band I was in called Awaken Providence, heavy deathcore band out of New York. Also, actually, from where I'm from Staten Island. I was in that band for a little bit over, I think it was like a year and a half.
Mm.
It was a good time, It's just a learning experience. And, you might know that band. I was also in a band called Cicada before that, which was me and my brother started that band. And we were pretty, we played a lot of shows in the New York area, Jersey, did a little tour. That was more like a technical death metal band, that one. So.
Wow. So I asked that question because the very first podcast was with Adam from Awaken Providence. So just connecting the dots here,
Oh, wow. Adam's a very cool dude. Yeah, Adam's awesome.
He's the homie.
Unbelievable vocalist.
Absolutely. Now, how long has this band been around?
So Watch Them Burn I started it, or I joined it with like 2 other kids when I was relatively young, because Anthony and we're 22 now, and we started it when I was, I believe, like 19 or 18,
mm-hmm.
but we didn't really do any. It was basically trying to figure out how a band works and everything when we first started it, and we just started like really recording about 2 years ago, and that's when stuff started really, shifting into like, okay, let's do this, let's be a metal band, and let's try to make quality stuff. And Anthony joined about a year and a half ago, so I'm gonna say realistically, 2 years ago is when all the stuff started really, happening with this band.
Now take us back 2 years with I'm looking at your discography right now. You have singles, Where Will You Hide, Lucid Dreams, The North. Tell us about those releases. What was the writing or recording process like for these singles?
Okay.
Or at least
at
least the earlier stages of the band.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to let Nick take this one over because he was in the band from the beginning. So.
All right, so basically when we wrote our EP, like The North and Where Will You Hide, like all those singles we recorded about, like, I think it was like, I'm pretty sure it was 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago. But we recorded with actually the guy in Awaken Providence, DeAndre, who is the guitarist of Awaken Providence, and he's great. And we were young kids, so we went to him with our metal songs, and we just clicked with him, and it was really cool. We recorded a whole EP, and then we decided from there, like, what our singles would be and what we thought was fitting to put out as singles, and that was pretty much it. But it was a really cool experience just doing it for the first time and, like, hearing it. I'll never forget, like, the feeling of hearing just our first song done. And, like, hearing, it was cool for me as a vocalist, just, like, hearing my vocals over a song. It was a very strange, very cool feeling, but it was great, and, like, I'm very glad I got to do it how we did it.
It's definitely I can't think of the word right now, but it's very empowering or
exactly.
whatever it might be, to hear something that you created. Maybe it might just be, I don't know, an idea you jotted down or something you hummed yourself. Or
absolutely.
The joke that I saw online is that people record ideas into their phones, just like their little recordings. Like I mouth stuff out and put it in my phone so I don't forget it.
That's hilarious because every single day I will be literally sitting at lunch or I'll be having a coffee and I'll be like, oh, okay. I go to my voice recorder and I mouth out drums or guitar or melodies all the time.
Exactly. Now in 2019, I'm looking at the album Omens. What was the overall response to that debut album?
Okay. The overall response was pretty good. So when I joined the band, they were just finishing up recording with DeAndre. That's how I met these guys because, the island that we're from is really small, so all musicians kind of know each other. So DeAndre, who I was in Awaken Providence with, we live in the same house actually, up and down, two different apartments. So Watch and Burn would be recording upstairs, and I'd be home. I'd be downstairs. I'd be like, "Yo, I want to come up and hang out. Like, it sounds really good." They were finishing up Omens, and they were looking for a drummer, and I really liked the stuff. You know, I never really was into metalcore too much, and I just thought it was like super like catchy, but at the same time really heavy, and I dug it a lot. So they asked me to be in the band, and so basically when I joined the band, we were like, okay, let's decide how we want to, approach like releasing music. Are we going to release the whole EP? Are we going to release just the singles? And we all kind of agreed to just go the single route and do a music video. Like a new band comes out, we wanted to let people see what the band looked like. So we did a music video for Where Will You Hide? But the response was really good. I mean, we did the music video and people seemed to dug it. But yeah, we just kind of wanted to put the music out in small chunks instead of like small little bite-sized pieces instead of like a big chunk, because as a new band, we feel like it's easy to get kind of skipped over if you put out like a big album just right at first,
But overall, the people that did see it, the response was, well, like, I think that our music is pretty like nostalgic to like the older metalcore, and I think a lot of people picked up on that, and they were from the people who did watch the videos and did stream the music, they all seemed to enjoy it. Of course, you'll have like a few haters, but that's everyone. Like, it's gonna happen. But for the most part, people seem to really like it. So that meant a lot to me because it's a lot of time and effort put into it.
Yeah, it definitely sounds good. You guys have a larger social media presence, and your videos are very well put together. I mean, I'm looking at Square Up Studios. I mean, he's one of the better. Eric's one of the better videographers out there, and all of this stuff looks really crisp and clean and stuff like that. So you're really well put together in both aspects. Absolutely. So I want both your opinions on this. What is the favorite track off that EP from both of you?
I mean, I would have to say my favorite track is Turn the Corner. We actually just put out a video for that song about a week ago. That one's definitely my favorite. That's the newest song. Actually, like we were saying earlier, when I first joined the band, the EP was like 85-90% done. But Turn the Corner was actually written by just me and Nick, kind of just by mouth, like we were saying. And that one just turned out to be like the heaviest, like, and just, in my opinion, the most mature song off the album. And that's kind of why we decided to like do a newer video for it. And, we just want people to hear that one. We feel like that one represents Omens the best. But yeah, that was the last song to be written. And we kind of put it on the album last minute, actually. It wasn't supposed to be on Omens, and then we finagled it and remastered a little bit of stuff to get it to fit on there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's my favorite one for sure, Turn the Corner.
I'm going to say Turn the Corner is definitely the most mature song. I love it. And I'm going to say if it wasn't Turn the Corner, it would be Cross My Heart for me. I don't know. I love that song. It just really, really, when I first heard it coming to fruition, I was like, oh my God, this is like what I would picture my metalcore band to sound like. Like, it sounds stupid and weird, but like, it was just like a certain feeling as soon as I heard that. I was like,
no, that makes sense.
I did it,
Yeah, absolutely. Right now I'm talking to the band Watch Them Burn. We got Anthony and Nick. We got the drummer and the vocalist. We talked about the Omens. We talked about the earlier singles. What about right now? I mean, is right now a good time for like all bands to be writing music or doing something productive? Are you guys doing any kind of writing right now?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like every day at home. I think right now is the perfect time, since we're mainly staying inside all day, is the perfect time to be writing. I mean, at least for me, like I've been writing every single day. I make a habit of it. I need to stay productive, and obviously, I don't know, feelings get brought up when you're just sitting in your house rather than keeping busy. So,
oh yeah.
I think it's a great time to be writing when you're in your house. I mean, what else? I mean, of course you could work out, do whatever. That's what I do. But I've been writing every single day. I think it's a great time to be doing it.
That's good. What I'm hoping for, I'm crossing my fingers, and I would just do whatever it takes for this to happen. I'm really hoping Rage Against the Machine is writing their new album since they can't be touring right now.
Absolutely.
If they're not, I'll be disappointed. And if they break up again, I don't know what I'll do. I'll cry every day. Anthony, what kind of drum equipment are you using?
Right now I have an SJC kit, actually. Always wanted one of those. And I came across one in Guitar Center, actually in Brooklyn, and then I traded in my whole Mapex kit for an SJC. So I found like a rare old kit. I think it was like a bigger band's kit because it's like one of the like early SJC maple kits with like it's like all custom and just really like cool custom SJC.
Such a cool kit.
So yeah, I'm playing SJC drums, Zildjian cymbals, which I switched over to maybe like 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And what else? Vic Firth sticks, Axis pedals. Yeah, that's about it.
What about your trigger module?
Oh yeah, Roland triggers as well.
Very nice. I asked that question because there might be some drummers out there listening, or maybe people who see your equipment and they're like, "What does he use?" So thank you for that answer. What do you guys? I mean, it's hard to plan anything right now, but let's keep a positive outlet here. What is coming up for the rest of 2020 for Watch Them Burn?
Well, that's a tough one. I mean, with everything going on right now, like we have no idea. Obviously, nobody really has an idea how things are going to pan out
Right.
and how long social events are going to be off. I mean, we had a few shows we had to cancel because of everything and kind of just with our situation currently with the lineup. But yeah, I mean, with a positive outlook, we, hopefully everything will open up soon and we could play some shows, you know what I mean? And keep things moving. We've got a few songs in the works, but we're not really in a rush to put anything out, since we just kind of put our album out this year and we haven't toured yet. We were doing a little run a few months back, but that didn't, you know how it is touring as a new band. So,
Right.
A couple of things fell through and, but yeah, we just trying to keep a positive outlook and just keep things rolling. As soon as shows are back, running, we'll definitely hop on some shows in the tri-state area and continue to, play Omens and try to get some people to hear that before we work on any, releasing a new EP or anything like that.
Okay, very well said. Anything you guys want to say to fans out there listening?
Sure. I mean, it really, truly does mean the world to us, and I appreciate you listening. I don't really know what else, I'm just so grateful for whoever does listen to the music because it's so much time and energy that goes into it, seriously.
Yeah, same here, man. Thank you guys for checking it out. Anybody who already saw one of our videos or liked our posts or anything like that, we really appreciate it. We, there's a lot of bands to choose from, so anybody who watches our stuff and digs it, we truly appreciate it and hope you get ready for some new stuff.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah, thank you guys so much for that answer. Last question, what do you think about this new PS5 controller?
Oh my God, I haven't even seen it yet.
I couldn't answer that. I'm not a video game guy at all.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a weirdo. I don't even have.
I actually switched over. You may kill me if you're a PlayStation guy, but I switched over from PlayStation to Xbox a year ago.
And that's where I hang up the fan napkin. I had the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, thinking I was really cool, and I never I played The Witcher 3 on Xbox for a little bit, and I haven't touched it in 4 months. And I said, all right, it's time to get rid of this thing. But anyway, thank you guys for being on this interview today. I'm going to talk to you here in a little bit off air, okay?
No, thank you so much for having us. Really appreciate it. You're awesome, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, man.
No problem. Thank you. That's Anthony and Nick from the band Watch Them Burn. You guys got to check these guys out. It's good metalcore. They have an EP album, whatever you want to call it, out right now called Omens. It sounds great. They look great. They have a very large social media presence. So if you haven't heard about them yet, you got to check them out. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the KP Podcast. Appreciate it as always. We'll see you guys next time.